Sierra Meridian felt her first Atlantic whisper on 14 May 1998, inside a clapboard birthing cottage perched among the emerald cliffs of Madeira, Portugal. Outside, Levada streams murmured through eucalyptus groves while her mother, a touring fado guitarist who tucks jasmine petals beside her tuning pegs, coaxed a lullaby from worn nylon strings. Her father, an aerospace weather tech who sketches cloud vortices on cafe napkins, bent close until their foreheads brushed, and promised his daughter the horizon widens for anyone who stands tall and never folds inward. Curves flourish through both branches of the Meridian family, like bougainvillea across stone terraces, so nobody blink when baby Sierra split a second cotton wrap before sunrise blushed, the Atlantic pink. Avo Isidoro loosened every seam with a bone awl, slipped scraps of old sailcloth into the gaps, and laughed that extra fabric cost a coin, while teaching a girl to shrink could cost her an entire archipelago of dreams. Primary classrooms smelled of chalk maracuja sweets and sea spray. Sierra towered broader and taller than every classmate, eclipsing the projector beam whenever she solved long division races at the board. One recess, two boys chirped cargo ferry, each time her sneaker scuffed the hop grid. That evening, she combed the basalt shore for soda caps polished smooth by tide, threaded them on fishing floss into a tinkling spine, and stitched the chain down her teal cardigan. Next dawn, sunlight flashed from ceiling tiles, and a visiting volunteer teacher captured 8 seconds on a borrowed phone, then posted the clip to a newborn video site. 16,000 strangers applauded the girl who converted ridicule into lighthouse sparkle. Sierra inked a pledge inside her math folder in violet gel. When clouds cluster like gulls, fling mirrors until they scatter. Saturdays belonged to Mercado dos Labradores, where her mother's fado chords waltzed with aromas of grilled espada fish. Retail jeans strangled Sierra's hips, so she swapped tip jar euros for retired banana leaf sacks, cut them into culottes, sprayed monk seal silhouettes using squid ink, and posed at sunset against rusted trawler hulls while her cousin snapped grainy images. She launched an image diary called Cliff Lantern the week a photo-sharing app breezed across island cell towers. Captions danced between Madeira proverbs and crisp English truths like curves anchor storms stronger than breakwaters. Before her 16th birthday, 52,000 unseen friends double-tapped every golden hour. Portrait, proof that distant screens drown courtyard whispers louder than any bell. A marine science scholarship ferried her north to Lisbon University. Daylight flowed into upwelling plankton labs, while nights pulsed inside a 24-hour pastel de nata kiosk glowing neon rose. The pastry warmer became her softbox. During lull minutes, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting parchment cupcake cups into passion flower barrettes, while explaining dart rotation in a voice half surf hush, half lecture zing. One clip layered dolphin whistles over a pocket synth beat while she chain-stitched reflective paracord into thrift shop denim. 46 hours later, the reel breached 1 million views. Iberian-style blogs christened her the pastry couturière, yet every sponsor mail stalled at size 16. Sierra slid each offer into a folder labeled Shrinking Nets, wiped custard from her cuff, and plated another tart. A January Southerly carried an email from Patagonia women, design a salt spray capsule dubbed Tide Poles. Sierra answered with 3 rock-steady terms: patterns graded through 60-inch hips, half the production team hired from island trade schools, and 10% of net profit channeled to restored seagrass beds off Calheta. Patagonia signed before dawn bleached the harbor cranes. The chute unfolded at Porto Monier's lava pools, where crabs scuttled across volcanic ledges. Sierra coached curvy cliff divers through sapphire water while a drone spiraled overhead. When the lookbook launched, every extended size shell vanished in 41 hours across 23 nations. Cliff Lantern sailed beyond 700,000 followers. Still dusted in icing sugar, she ducked behind flour sacks, balanced her phone atop a sack of farinha, and live-streamed tear-bright gratitude beneath humming fluorescence. Pause a moment. If that rise already brightens your pulse, press subscribe now. A finger tap is free, and locks your seat on the bow, so each fresh story docks at your feed before the algorithm tide turns. Do it while the ocean breeze is lifting this very sentence. Spotlight shine summons rumor gulls. A gossip vlog swore Sierra squeezed into carbon plates between shots. She paddled a bamboo board past the break, stood sure-footed in sports bra and linen shorts, traced each stretch line with powdered hibiscus, and sang a fado refrain about bodies steering storms. 10 million viewers reposted, naming the clip Hibiscus Proof, brushing crimson dust across their own contours until gossip drifted seaward. Night kiosk wages braided with capsule royalties and birthed Meridian Glow. A whipped body butter folding pitanga leaf, oil, sugarcane butter, and mica flecks that flash pearl in phone beams. Sierra poured 19,000 tins inside her father's weather data shed, tied each lid with braided sisal twine, and slipped a card reading "Moisturize your horizon." Stock vanished in 83 minutes, tallying 191,000 euros, 20% lit beacon grants, sending heavy-duty surgers and aquatic microphones to plus-size teens in fishing parishes from Porto Santo to Ponta do Pargo. 9 months later, 37 recipients staged a floating fashion and whale song review aboard a converted wine barge trimmed with LED bougainvillea, streaming live to sunrise anchors from Recife to Reykjavik. Funchal Fashion Week carved new cliff-edge lore when a backstage fan slashed her emerald mesh gown from rib to knee 90 seconds before showtime. Grabbing me on mooring rope from a stagehand, she laced the gap like sneaker eyelets, strode the runway as though the splice lived in every sketch, and camera shutters snapped like dried laurel leaves. Vogue Atlantic dubbed the rescue Rope Rhapsody, and another million lantern adventurers surfaced before After Party Vinyl spun its first groove. A trimmed email leak soon alleged Sierra demanded swordfish caviar eclairs and chauffeured hydrofoils for her rescue shearwater Aurora. She posted the full chain, showing she asked only for refillable water urns, lentil stew for crew, and captioned monitors for deaf stylists. Affiliate revenue that month? 137,000 euros, bankrolled biodegradable fishing line pilots in 2 marine reserves. Fans echoed her shore creed, receipts shine brighter than rumor silt until whispers sink like lead. By midsummer, Cliff Lantern shimmered across 6.6 million Instagram hearts, 3.3 million real Voyagers, and 2 million steady channel subscribers, engagement nudging 10% and forcing advert shops back to their drawing pads. Cartier invited her to headline Topaz Surge inside Cabo Jorao's Skywalk Lens. Sierra accepted after Cartier pledged therapy stipends for longline deckhands battered by growing Atlantic swells. The finished reel, her wrist scattering amber shards across glass panels, became the brand's most saved post of the quarter. Family anchors her keel, twice each moon she streams strings and steam. Mum bends plaintive fado over a propane stove. Dad reads cloud map haiku while Sierra flips thrift jackets beneath fairy bulbs. One episode peaked at 9 million when Aurora hopped through a pile of powdered sugar and sneezed a plume at the lens. A seabird hospital now sponsors each stream, tagging rehabilitated shearwaters with solar trackers funded by Meridian Glow. Glow revenue climbed beyond 12 million euros in year 2. Sierra leased a dormant sardine cannery, carved skylights through corrugated tin, and hired furloughed dock workers plus fashion grads to whip and jar. Every tin seals with a twine knot pulled during midday stretch dances to cello house mashups. Logistics advisors pleaded for shrink bans, but she recited her mother's stage oath: palms guard legends long after robots forget, and knots stayed hand-tied. She threads mental wellness honesty into every feed drop, pairing cliff-edge portraits with pastry carb selfies captioned "Same sky, different weather," sharing breath loops recorded inside lava tubes, uploading reframing pages in English and Portuguese, and posting half-price therapy coupons. 140,000 followers already cite her shoreline candor as their first safe harbor. I'm Mui. Community rides glimmer beneath crushed seashell paint. Hundreds of cyclists cruise the coastal loop at dusk, wearing Meridian Glow on collarbones and LED man-o'-war tails on spokes. Ticket profits deepen beacon grants and install wheelchair snorkel lifts at volcanic coves. Espatata stalls keep grills blazing late on ride nights because garlic beef skewers leap 15%. Sierra pedals the lead cruiser with Aurora plush strapped to a wicker basket, pausing to knot any rider's loosened sneaker. Her memoir, Currents Keep Names, reaches translation in 11 languages next spring, while a streaming crew shadows her blueprint to repurpose retired weather buoys into floating maker studios for island schools. Puma's YT Wave lantern sneakers drop next quarter, laced in reflective rope and cushioned by algae foam, with 10% of proceeds fanning beacon projects along the Lusophone coast. Second gentle push glides in on Salt Fog. If you've journeyed this far without subscribing, tap that button now, claim your seat, so fresh waves arrive before they crash elsewhere. Links in the description lead you straight to the best path to find love and the most infallible way to make every woman fall for you. Step by step, research back and ready. Low tide draws the last arc of our tale. Like what you heard, smash the like heart comment the moment that splashed your spirit, the soda cap spine, the rope rhapsody, or Aurora's sugar sneeze. And share this voyage with a friend whose sails lack wind. Every curve redirects currents, every scar refracts moonlight, and the Atlantic bows to souls bold enough to stand wide at cliff edge and greet tomorrow undaunted. Final breeze slips through your speakers. Subscribe now, not your lifeline to ours, and meet me on the next swell when another story glints beyond the horizon and courage calls your name again.